Hey guys, so yesterday I finished the first coat on the entire frame, and now today I am going to do the second coat, and we'll get that on there, and everything should be good to go. Now remember, I am putting it on really thick. I think, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I think if you were to spray this, you had a spray booth that you could use, or your own, and you could actually spray it. I think you could get a really nice finish just from Chassis Saver itself without putting anything else on it. The older Chassis Saver that I had was more of a matte. This says that it's matte, but it doesn't look like matte. I'll show you. So let me flip this around. All right, so you can see right here, it's, oh, I'm sorry, not matte, but it says satin black. So this is the original, or the Chassis Saver that I had from a couple years ago that I put on, and it looked like this when I put it on originally. I remember the finish, it looked very similar to this. This is what the new Chassis Saver looks like. That doesn't look satin, that looks gloss black to me. And I've already gone over this a little bit. You can see this one over here. I went over, got rid of a little bit of the nibs on it with some 80 grit. And I went over with 150 on a couple other the parts. This one I didn't go over. You can see there's little tiny nibs and stuff in there. I do have some drips, but I think I said this in the last video. I'm not really worried about drips. I just want to make sure it goes on thick. I want to make sure that the steel is protected and coated well. So that's the main thing here. These guys I used. You can see the difference right here. This is the old Chassis Saver. This is stuff I just bought a couple months ago. So maybe they changed their formula, I don't know, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And it's super hard, thick, and it forms a really good little shell on your chassis. So, so here we are. Oh, also, I know I said in the last video, I'm gonna say it probably a bunch of times, acetone, not paint thinner, is the only thing that will take this stuff off your brushes or anything else you wanna clean your body. I've got it on my arms. I had it on my nose yesterday, so real important that you know that. So I went through and I sanded most of this down. You can tell right there a little bit of the finish. I just scuffed it so that to help with the adhesion, but also to just get rid of the little nibs. I don't want it to look horrible. And so, yeah, this is what I'll be doing today. I'll get this second and last coat on here, and then have a neighbor help me tomorrow flip it over, and hopefully do the inside of the pockets, get those taken care of, and go from there. Now, the reason I have all these nibs and little pieces of dust is I have to use my fan. I'm not in a paint booth, and so I'm doing all this in my garage. If you have a paint booth, like I said, an evap system, the fumes can get pretty intense, so it's nice to have a fan blowing, just to kind of keep the fumes away from you so you can walk around afterwards not dizzy. All right, so that's it, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, so I'm going to start off with these guys right here. You guys see that? Nope, probably not. Let's see if we can move this camera down here. There we go. Okay guys, we are done with the second coat and the last coat, and I'll flip it around so you guys can see this here. All right, so that's what it looks like. See, everything's done here. I'm gonna have to get a lot off of the off of the ground. As I was moving, the paint got stuck to my feet every once in a while. I'd pull the cardboard around, but needless to say, it is covered and we are good to go. I didn't see any spots or any places that I missed. I did put it on really, really thick, so there are going to be drips. I know I've said that a bunch. It drives me nuts. I don't like to have drips anywhere, but I'm happy with it. I think it's going to really, really protect the frame for years to come. It's going to work well, or the chassis frame, whatever. There is the transmission cross member, see if you can see it right there. So that's the transmission cross member. And then these are the motor mounts that came with the HPI Customs kit. And so there we go. We've got both of the shackle holders for the leaf springs. Pocket kits are done. I'll flip the frame over probably tomorrow. It takes about a day for the chassis saver to cure, and then it's good to go. So I'll probably flip the frame over tomorrow, do any little extra spots I need to on the underside, sand out, because that's where all the drips are going to be. So if I see any big drips, I'll sand those off at that point. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. Thanks, guys, for checking it out. I appreciate it. Everything's going well. Summer is moving along. I've got that rear end to start working on. I'm going to cover that in chassis saver, but I'm going to have it rebuilt, I think, first. I had thought about having it shortened for Grandpa D so that I can get wider wheels on the back, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to use the they're like little tubs that are in the back of the fleet side, so I'm going to put one of those. They've got one larger that you can put in to get a wider tire in the back. So I'm going to buy some of those from LMC or Brothers. I'll put those in, and I'll just run a little wider tire, but have more on the back spacing side. So I'm excited. Once I get this rebuilt, then right there I can finally start to put the Ride Tech suspension on him. It's been waiting for years for that to get done. So that's what's going on there. Next thing, as far as Smokey's chassis is concerned, I'm going to start putting the bushings and all of the Ride Tech Delrin bushings and everything in, pressing those in, getting those taken care of, and start moving forward. Thanks, guys, for checking things out. Like and subscribe. Please, there's some other channels. I'll put them down below. 55210, obviously Rusty Wrenches and Half Rods, Montana Garage, and I came across Kyle Phillips. I came across another one, the really cool guy from Australia. I'll also post his channel down below as well. He's working on a 57, and he's got some cool stuff he's doing with Fords down there. Really, really neat stuff. So, all right, guys, I think it's called Fat Rods, PHAT. I'll check it out, but I'll put it down below. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.